Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in today. It is officially the first weekend of December, if you can believe it. I'm going to be sharing today products for the holiday home. So what I mean by that is products that you can use as functional decor. I'm talking about diffusers and diffuser blends. I'm going to be introducing a whole host of brand new diffusers for you to check out today. You're going to see different colors, different sizes, different shapes, different textures. We're going to talk about different blends and the way you can use these to sort of create an ambiance and a vibe in your home. I'm super excited because when we talk about functional decor, and like I said, referring specifically to diffusers, I love the way that you can really personalize and sort of tailor the experience and invite products into your home that speak to your decor, they speak to your color combinations, they really speak to the unique and personal needs that you have. So I'm going to introduce, like I said, a whole bunch for you today, and I hope you find something that you love. My name is Kristin. I am the National Educator here at Saje. It's always one of my favorite things when I have the opportunity to talk about products I love, to introduce products that I think are amazing and can really support your wellness, and that's what we're going to do today. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about a diffuser that if you have visited our stores or our sage.com this week, you would have seen. This is the return of our top selling diffuser called the Aroma Glow. So the Aroma Glow was introduced for the first time last holiday season. It sold out in record time. People loved it. They had so many wonderful things to say about it, and that's why we brought it back. So I'm going to take us actually back in time a little bit. We're going to go back to last year, and I'm going to share two of the pieces of feedback that we heard from our community, and then I'm going to introduce you to the new unit today. I know I'm teasing a little bit. So the first thing that we heard is that people loved the optional light. They loved having a beautiful amount of ambiance and like a soft glow from the diffuser, but they wanted it just a touch warmer. So something that was a little bit closer to a candle or almost like a Himalayan salt lamp. That was feedback number one. Number two, we wanted more options. So we wanted options in terms of how the light and the diffusing could go together. So whether that was with it on, with it off, whether it was continuous, whether it was intermittent. And my friends, I'm here to tell you today that we heard you loud and clear. All of these things have been elevated and updated for this year's version. Without further ado, here it is, my friends. So this is the beautiful, beautiful diffuser called the Aroma Glow. If you can see just up close, it has this really nice, I'm just going to take this lid off. It'll be easier to show you. It has this really beautiful sort of striation and pattern within the poly resin. And once you have the light, it really helps to shine through and give you just some texture and some depth to the diffuser. Let me show you the inner piece. So first you're going to see you have this secondary cap. Deep down inside, I always mention that ultrasonic diffuser. That's your little circle piece in the bottom. Very important because that is the piece of the diffuser that's going to allow us to create mist. It's going to break up your water and your essential oils to create that beautiful heat-free cool mist. I also love to point out the water level fill line. Very important. So for all of the diffusers that I'm going to talk about today, I'm just going to sort of blanket this statement to say that not overfilling and being very mindful of your water level line, incredibly important for functionality of your unit. What that means is that you need to fill only to that line or slightly below in order for your diffuser to work properly. Sometimes if we overfill with water, we don't leave enough room in the tank for the mist to be created. What happens at that point is your motor's working super hard. So it's really trying to break through the water and the essential oils, and it can overheat, it can malfunction. Let's just keep it simple on ourselves and say just to the water level line or below. So what you would do at this point is replace your cap. And then I know in the past, I often haven't been able to keep my diffusers plugged in just where I'm situated in my apartment. I don't have a lot of outlets accessible, but I wanted to make sure to show you exactly how this was going to work today. So I got an extension cord. We're in business, my friends. So look right on the bottom of the unit. This is where you're going to plug it in. So I've got my cord here. I'm going to plug in from the bottom. And a couple of things I want to mention about this diffuser. So number one, as you can see, none of the buttons are on the unit. They're all on the cord. This is sort of something we've moved towards for a number of our diffusers here at Saje. It really keeps the look sort of streamlined, lets that beautiful aesthetic shine through, and then all your functionalities are coming through this little cord here. So I know it is bright daylight. I'm going to do my best to show you what the light looks like, and you'll just get a vibe for what it looks like with this beautiful pattern. So first off, I'm going to celebrate that there are now 3 different functionalities for the light. So there is a bright setting, there's a dim setting, and then there's off. So that means you have the option to run the diffuser on any of those 3 settings, just depending on the vibe you're trying to create. And specifically for people who want to use it at nighttime, you have the light off option, which is amazing. So let's get started. This is bright. So I'm just going to show you, like I said, it's a little tough in the daylight for you to see, but you can just get like a general idea of what it looks like and how, again, it allows that really unique textured pattern to come through. And then the second time you press your button, that's when it would go into a dimmer setting. So it's just going to be there, a little bit of a lighter. It's giving a flicker on the camera, but I promise it's not doing that in real life. And then the third time you press the button, it would just go off. So you can run it just like this without, like I said, any light, particularly if you want to use it at night. And then there's a second button on the cord, and that's for how you actually want to control the unit. So when you press the button once, you would go into your continuous setting. This unit, you're looking at about 6 hours for a continuous run. So I love that, almost through a whole work day. And then in your intermittent setting, you're looking at doubling that. So getting up to about 12 hours. You know I love that setting. You know how I love that just sort of like extends that 1 tank of water not needing to be refilled for 12 whole hours. So this, my friends, is the Aroma Glow. You see that little hole there at the top? That's where your mist is going to come through. The best advice I can offer is to get it while it's hot. This is the diffuser, like I said, that sold out in record time last year. We expect to see that again this year. Very excited to have brought it back. The last thing I'll celebrate is that it's coming this year as part of a kit. So that means it includes the beautiful diffuser as well as a diffuser blend. This is a limited edition blend available only for holiday. It's called Intention. Some of you may recall we have offered this usually in the January sort of period in the last couple of years. We brought it back because our community loves it so much. It's a very opening and clearing blend. It has really unique oils. It has ginger, rose geranium, lime. One of the things I want to say is when you smell directly from the bottle, the first note that sort of hits my nose is ginger. What I always share is that a dominant note is going to rise to the top. So something like ginger, we know it has that depth, it has that spiciness, that richness. You're going to smell it dominantly in the bottle, but that doesn't mean that's what you're going to smell dominantly in the air. So I always encourage people to keep an open mind, to actually add this into your diffuser, let all the different scents mingle together, and then sort of create that unique blend that comes out in the air. So that, my friends, is Intention and the Aroma Glow. The second diffuser I'm going to talk about today, have right here, this is our Aroma Be Free, and this is our classic matte white. So this one is also a kit. We're going to talk about the diffuser blend in just a moment. What I want to celebrate is that this is the first cordless rechargeable diffuser that we've had the opportunity to offer at Saje. So we heard again from our community that ask was for a diffuser that could fit in spaces without outlets, that you could take with you. You could sort of move from room to room, particularly for a lot of us who are now working from home. And so just a little earlier this fall, we introduced this diffuser in both the matte white and the matte black. So you see this one also has a really design forward shape. It's that geometric pattern. I'm going to show you that right here on the bottom is where you would charge. So when you are plugged into your charging cord, it sits nicely right underneath. You are able to use the diffuser when it's charging as well, which is amazing. So I'm going to show you just by removing the lid here, what your inner 2 pieces look like. So this is your lid, that's your inner tank. Again, we know I always love to talk about that disc in the bottom. What I'm going to call out here is that you'll see just this little tab here says max. So you have a little bit of a lower water fill line here. Because this is a bit of a wider base rather than having that tall piece, the water is actually just going to pool widthwise instead of height-wise. So being very mindful to not exceed that max fill here, particularly for this one because you're going to be moving it around. So if you know you have a unit that you're going to take with you on the go and that you're going to want, like I said, to move room to room, be very, very careful when you're moving it not to spill. This is a beautiful unit that has run times of about 4 to 8 hours. So again, you have the continuous and the intermittent setting. What I'll note as well is it does have about an 8-hour life per charge. So what that means is if you do run it intermittently for that 8 hours, after that, you're going to have to recharge it. But if you want to run continuously, you're going to get 2 settings because you only have that 4-hour block. So you can actually do it twice before it needs to be recharged. I've been super excited about the lifespan of my battery lasting a really long time. Again, something that takes me through the workday is what I'm looking for optimally, as well as through the night. Also key if you're a big diffusing fan in the evening time like I am. So that's the Aroma Be Free. And it's going to be paired with this incredible, beautiful blend called Joyful Blooms. Joyful Blooms is limited edition, again, specifically for holiday, a brand new scent to us. So we've never introduced this before. It has these gorgeous oils that are sweet, that are floral, just a touch of herbaceous within the formula. You have tangerine, you have jasmine and magnolia. Both jasmine and magnolia are delicate flowers. There's a lot of love that goes into their distillation process. You don't see them a lot in products because of that delicateness. They're very gentle, they're very mild. Put them all together and I think of just like a beautiful centerpiece or a bouquet at holiday time. I've been loving this blend. I think this is already my 2nd bottle, so I'm gonna be making sure to stock up on this before the holiday time ends. So that's going to be available sold on its own as well as part of the Aroma Be Free kit. So moving along, I'm going to introduce 2 diffusers that are actually new to our collection. So this is a new design of diffuser that we've created 2 different versions, let's call them, to represent sort of day and night. And they have a beautiful, beautiful color palette that matches. So this, my friends, is the Aroma Nook, and we're calling this one here daytime or vanilla. So you can see just by looking at the lid, it has that sort of like warm, off-white, almost like a taupe color. My personal favorite, I'm going to pull off the lid here, is this textured herringbone pattern. So take a look at how gorgeous that is. This lid is very sturdy. It has a nice durability. It's definitely not going to break if it gets accidentally knocked or bumped, which I love. I also love that your secondary piece is inside. So you saw, for example, with the Aroma Glow that sometimes you have a cap that needs to be placed. Sometimes it's right inside the lid, and this is just all dependent on the different variations in manufacturing and the way that they're created. So let's have a look deep down inside. Again, your disc. This one also has a word here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera, but it says Max, and it has a line that goes all the way around the inside of the unit. So again, it's very, very clear about how you want to fill it. And then there's a couple of really cool functionalities for how this diffuser is going to run. This is the only design, this and the other colorway, that we're offering this holiday season that are USB compatible. So let me just grab the cord here and I'm going to show you. So this is what the cord looks like, and then this is where it would plug in. So it actually plugs in right at the back of the unit. So again, you have the ability to have this seated the entire time with the plug placed in the back. This is a standard size USB, and this is what the adapter looks like. So just like a standard classic adapter that you can just tuck that inside if you want to use this in a wall outlet. And then of course, if you want to plug it into your computer or something else that's USB compatible, you have that option, which is really exciting. That's again been an ask from our community for a long time for something that just offers options to people to sort of take with them in different spaces and use in different ways. So when we talk about how this works, right here on the bottom you see 2 buttons. The one on your left is a light. I love that this again has that glowing sort of orange amberish light. This is a little bit of a warmer tone than we see in a lot of our other diffusers, and that's optional, so to run with that off or on. Then your button over on the right hand side there, that's the one to turn your unit on or off. So I also celebrate that a really small compact unit like this has such a great runtime. You're looking between 4 and 8 hours, again, depending on your continuous or intermittent setting. So a really great elevation of a really small unit that can, like I said, sort of tuck in anywhere that makes sense for you, but has a great long runtime. And because this is the daytime version and we're sort of celebrating the daytime, the light, we've included our top selling Liquid Sunshine. So Liquid Sunshine, my friends, is one of the most boosting and cheerful blends that we have. It's a gorgeous collection of citruses. So think about mandarin, think about lime, which is a personal favorite oil for me, grapefruit, everything that makes you feel boosted. It makes you feel lifted, makes you feel cheerful when you smell it. A fantastic blend for the daytime, great for the workday, and that's going to be included in the Aroma Nook Vanilla. So the second one I'll show you, this is the counterpart to the second diffuser in the Aroma Nook series, which is the Denim or Nighttime edition. And it comes in this gorgeous navy blue. As far as I can recall during my time at Saje over the last 6+ years, we've never done such a rich and deep color in a nice navy blue. So I've been sort of loving this one for the holiday season. Again, you see your inner piece. That's your inner tank, made from that same textured herringbone, that beautiful durable lid, just in a little bit of a darker and cooler color. You see your buttons on the front of the unit are in that navy as well, and then you have the same functionality. So the optional LED light, as well as the 4 to 8 hours in your continuous or intermittent. And that, again, just at the back there is where you would plug in for your cord. And because we created this to represent sort of nighttime, or when you're looking to unwind, you're looking to de-stress, we included a very aptly named blend, which is Unwind. So Unwind is lavender, it's geranium, super balancing. I love the bergamot in the blend, that really nice citrus. It's great for the mind, creating a little bit of stillness when you want to relax, as well as just a touch of cinnamon. So something warm, something that has a spice note is super comforting. So you can use this at the end of a long day, if you're looking to sort of just like relax through your evening, particularly for the nighttime, I'm a big fan. And so that's the one that's going to be included there with the second version of the Aroma Nook. And then the last diffuser and blends that we're going to talk about today, this one is called the Aroma Lift. So have a look at it. I want to show you just this beautiful patterning of the marble. So this is, I'm just going to take the lid off to show you closer. This is a hand-poured polyresin lid. What I celebrate about that is that you'll see the pattern and the striations are just a little bit different on each unit. So they're very unique and very personalized in that sense. No two are the same. I really just love that this is a classic and sort of timeless colorway. Black and white marbling just really fits into any decor, makes sense for a lot of people in their space. Here you see again that we do that max fill on the front of the tank. Inside, you see your disc, and you see how this one's a little bit of a taller inner piece than what I was talking about before, about how sometimes they're wider in the base and then sometimes they're taller. So this one looks like it's holding more water, but it's actually just concentrated in a bit of a higher space. You also have just right on the bottom is where you plug this in, and then the cord just comes out the side, sits flush in that way. You would then just replace your lid like this, and then you're good to go, my friends. So this unit runs for between about 5 to 10 hours. So I love that all of these are sort of sitting in that range, 4 to 8, 5 to 10, 6 to 12. You see just a slight variation between, and you have that option to choose which ones make sense for you, for how much longer it is you want it to run. I'll show you just at the top there, that's where your mist is going to come out. And then the most exciting part of this kit is that it actually comes with 2 diffuser blends. So we chose one from our core collection that we offer all year round, and then one that's available exclusively as a limited edition blend for holiday. So I'm going to start with the core blend. This is called Refresh. So Refresh is a well-loved community favorite. Think of notes like spearmint, eucalyptus, lemon, really just cleansing, really deodorizing. My favorite way to use Refresh is for odor neutralizing. So in my experience, if you have pets in the home, kids in the home, lots of cooking in the home, and you just sort of have that mingling of collective scents, and you're looking to sort of neutralize the palette, I think this is a beautiful way to do it. So I find myself using this a lot when I'm doing like my sort of weekend clean of my apartment, or if it's a little bit warmer and I can crack the windows and sort of get some breeze through the space. I just think that minty, sort of herbal and uplifting scent is fantastic for daytime, and like I said, just giving you a bit of a cleanse. The second blend in the kit is Festive Friday. So Festive Friday has been a community favorite at holiday for many, many years. I think this is one of the most unique formulations we have. So let me tell you about some of the oils included. You have grapefruit, which is nice and zesty. It has that tart. There's vetiver, which is a very, very calming herb. It's a little bit sort of grounding, a little bit earthy. You have sandalwood, so for that woody note, for something that again just gives you like a little bit of an outdoor vibe. You put it all together. I think this is one of the coolest blends we have. It's super festive. I think that's a really great name for it. It just has like sort of a zip and a zest to it that I really like. I like to diffuse this actually more in my like afternoons into my evenings, or on a Saturday. I think, again, when I'm just looking to sort of like create a vibe in my space that feels a bit more boosted, feels a little bit fresh, feels a little bit uplifting. So you have those options with your diffuser, which is fantastic. So that's all the products that I have with me today. I want to share that we do offer a number of other diffusers as part of our core collection, so you can explore those in store or at sage.com. It's always my pleasure to answer any questions you have, just respond to any comments or feedback if there's any more information you need about the diffusers, and then about diffusing in general. So I know I didn't talk too much about that today, but I'll say it in this simplest way. I think the two biggest sort of bonuses or impacts that you can have from diffusers are, number one, you can refresh the air in your home. So they create something that's called negative ions. The real simple way to explain that is think about being anywhere in nature where water is in collision. So think about like a crashing surf or like a waterfall when it's really heavy raining and you get that freshness in the air. That's what negative ions are, and that's what diffusers create. So they elevate your well-being. They just help you feel amazing. The second piece is you personalize how you want your home to smell. So I wake up every morning and I just sort of like think intuitively what I'm feeling that day. Like, do I want something fresh, crisp like a citrus? Am I craving something a little balancing or sweet like a floral? Do I want something that reminds me of the outdoors, that sort of takes me and transports me to the forest? You have the option to sort of tailor and create how that experience works for you. So thanks for your time today. I hope you've learned something new. I hope you've seen a diffuser that you're excited about. If you're thinking of adding something to your home decor this holiday season, we would be happy to make any suggestions or recommendations. Thank you again for tuning in. Just keep an eye on our social channels. We'll let you know what we have up and coming. I wish everyone a wonderful weekend. Get outside in that crisp Canadian air if that's where you're joining us from. And we'll see you back here again soon. Take care, everyone.